Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be installing the Diamondback truck bed cover. Now, if you've never heard of Diamondback bed covers, they are a great company and they're made in the USA. And it's not just a tonneau cover like you normally see. This can hold up to 1,600 pounds on the top. There's also 12 cleats around the entire perimeter of the bed cover itself, so it gives you almost a second bed, as you can put stuff in your bed long, and you can also put stuff on top and secure it that way too. So it's almost like a double-decker system. This bed cover is also lockable, and it has weather stripping around the entire perimeter of the bed cover, so it makes your bed pretty weather resistant as far as rain, sleet, snow, whatever you have going on. It's probably not going to get into your bed when you have the bed cover installed. And last but not least, I think this bed cover looks really good. I know that's not important, but man, does it look awesome on any truck I've ever seen it on. Now, with all that said, this does come at a hefty price tag of $2,300, but I do think you get every cent that you pay for it. It is really high quality and well done, and it also includes freight delivery to your house. Now let's get into what you all probably came to this video for, the installation. Now, I really love when a company goes through and makes the installation instructions super easy and stupid proof. Also, the tools right here that we're going to need is just a utility knife, a ratchet, and a torque wrench, a 9/16 socket, and a 7/16 socket, which I have all right here. First thing we're going to do is take the center piece, which is the skinniest piece, and we're going to place it on the bed itself. And also under here, you want to look and make sure which way it needs to be facing the tailgate. Now, when we place this center section here, we're going to want to cheat it more towards the tailgate so that when we do eventually install the cab side of the bed cover over here, we can move it and then put it where it's supposed to be on this rail and then the rail here. Next, we're going to grab the tailgate side. And the way you can tell the tailgate side is the latch right here will be in the center and not offset like this one. And also, it's going to say Diamondback right along the edge there, facing towards the end of your car. And then right here, tailgate panel. It's pretty hard to mess it up. Now, to mount the tailgate panel on, you're going to slide this nub into the hole, and then on the other side, there's a nice little picture right here that will show you at a 90-degree angle. The bed cover will just slide on, and then you can lower it down. Now that we got the back panel on, we will do the cab side. So now with that installed, we will take this off. And there was a piece of tape right here going over to keep it down. Some of the tape didn't come off, so it's a little sticky. If you have that problem, just get some WD-40, spray it on there, and then just wipe it off with a rag. Alright, so I got all that tape cleaned up. So now we'll just close this. And then to get it all the way flush, just grab the handle and turn it so that the locks disengage. And then we're gonna move it until it's where we want it right here, so the weather stripping will actually seal against the cab. So now that we have about the same reveal throughout, we can actually get to clamping the bed cover back down onto the cab. Now we're going to install these clamps on either side of the bed cover, over here on the center and over there on the center. And you're going to want them spaced as far apart as possible. Now if you have a bigger truck, this centerpiece will be larger, so you might put one here and over here. But I have a Maverick, so short bed, they're going to be right next to each other in that little gap there. And to secure these, it's going to be at 6 pound-feet of torque with a 9/16 socket. Now that we have the clamps installed on both sides, we are going to go to the locking mechanism, which is this bar right here. Now on that bar, we're going to take these two nuts off, and then we're going to swing the bar down so that the locking mechanism goes under the bed here. Now that we have both sides swung down like that, we need to double check that this rod isn't going to be hitting the side of the bed when the lock is closed, like it is up here, on both sides. And we're also going to make this bend straight up and down so that this piece isn't hanging, it'll be up under the bed cover. Now they do provide the little hex wrench, and that's what you're going to use to move these. Alright, now that's done, you can kind of see what I mean. It is a lot more flush to the top, which gives you full height throughout. And now we're going to adjust these locks. So we're just gonna push up until it's touching the bed rail there, and then we're gonna tighten these down so that when you do lock it, it's not gonna be moving or rattling around. Now that we got the locks all done, there's no space in between the bed rail and the locks on either side. And I did forget to say, when you are tightening those, you need to put a little bit of weight on top, maybe a box or whatever you have, or just pull down on it as you're tightening it. So it should be a little rough at first when closing it, and the weather stripping will break in and it'll feel a lot better in a couple weeks. But again, here's that locking mechanism. And we're just gonna repeat all that on the front panel. So all the locks are done on the cab side and the tailgate side. Now we have these little trim pieces that we're gonna put on, and that's gonna go wherever the locking rods touch the metal of the bed. And so they actually have a pretty good picture. There's a plastic piece that overhangs the metal of the bed, and then we're gonna slide that trim piece on the metal, not the plastic. So this is the orientation we're gonna do. Now you can probably see this a little better. It's not on the plastic, it's on the metal under it. So now we're at the front of the vehicle, and on the cab panel only, you have these two tethers. Now they're gonna come around this before we put the struts on, but you are gonna have it closed or have someone help you by holding it halfway open so that you could slide that tether on. And now do the same for the other side. Honestly, it's not that difficult to do it by yourself. Now we'll get our gas struts and we'll mount them on this nub there and the one up here on both sides on both panels. Okay, now we have all these struts installed. And these struts are pretty cool. If you ever want to lay these panels flat against the bed, you just flip this to a 90 degree and you pull the strut off. Now all we have left is this safety bar, and all we need to do is bring it over to this nut, push in. Here, let me set the camera down for a second. Gonna push in and then let it slide up and make sure that this bar goes down. So I did have to shimmy it for this this little bar to slide past the nut, But once you do that, you're good to go. And all that does is, if you forget to close it all the way, it won't let it go up any more than that. Now we're all finished. It looks really nice. And I wanted to show you that safety latch too. So whenever you open the rear, it'll pop up there. You're gonna reach your hand under and knock it up and push down just a tad. And that'll release it all the way so you can actually get into your bed and get whatever you need. But other than that, it looks really nice. Now with the struts, everything just opens up. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you all so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me to see all your guys' comments and how many people actually sat down to view my videos. I'm just a guy in a garage. That's literally it. So thank you all. If you do like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.